Hi there, students. A preface, or as a verb, to preface, so it can be both a verb and a noun. Let's see, you normally find a preface at the beginning of a book. It's like an introduction. It explains why the book was written. It talks about perhaps the people who helped the author. It maybe says thank you to the people who helped the author. So in her preface, the author says that she really enjoyed writing the book and she would like to thank her family and children for their help. And then you could have a preface to something, just something that comes before the most important part. So this could be a preface to negotiation between the two parties. It's an event that comes before something more important. I hope that the war in Palestine is not a preface to something more serious. And then to preface, you describe something before you start it. You preface your words and what you're saying with something else. You say or do this first. So I should like to preface my speech by thanking my friends for their help in the same way. To preface, to provide with a preface. So you could preface a book with a preface, but the main concert is prefaced by a small up and coming group. Okay, so to preface is to introduce, to begin something by doing something else. The debate was prefaced by a full description of what was to be debated. Okay, so a preface, an introduction, the bit that starts. The bit beforehand. So you can you can preface almost anything. I would like to preface this dinner party by explaining that all of the food here is vegan and can be eaten by almost anyone. So to preface, to make introductory remarks, to say or write something as a preface. There was a short paragraph to preface the book, to introduce, to begin, before something that is preliminary to something else. Okay, so a preface in a book, it's the introduction, it's the beginning. It explains why it was written, what it's about. It's an introduction, a prelude, a preamble. And then to preface something with something else, you do something else first. I'm going to preface this video with some lines from William Shakespeare. The speaker prefaced his remarks by saying that he had supported this position the whole way along. So to introduce, to precede, to open, to begin, to preface something. Yeah, it's like a prologue. It's a preamble. It's something that starts a proem, if you like, an overture. It's something preliminary, something that begins. So I want to preface my remarks with an apology. I should like to preface my response with the following observations. I hope that these negotiations are a preface to peace. Okay, so this book contains a preface by the author. I would like to preface this wedding party by wishing a long and happy life to both the bride and the groom. Okay, so to preface, a preface, something that comes before, a preface, an introduction, introductory paragraph, something that comes before the main text, something that gives you a context. It explains why it's been written, a foreword, if you like. And then to preface, to introduce, to make a comment before. To do something before. You could even have an adjective, a prefactory comment. Yeah, this is a preface. So a preface, an introduction to a book or a literary work, an introductory essay, maybe written by somebody else as well. Okay, it talks about maybe how the book came into being, how it was developed, acknowledgements, thanks, etc., etc. Very often the preface is also signed by the person who wrote it. A preliminary statement, an introductory speech, an introductory section. Yeah, something to introduce it. Okay, so a preface as a noun. A preface. I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality. To preface, 6 in formality as well, using a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal or formal writing. And then as to origin, it comes from Latin, praefatio, for, to speak beforehand, before, and for, to speak. So to speak beforehand, preface. Enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Preface.